All right, hello and welcome to chapter 265 of my streaming adventure. Sorry, it took me a second there because it has been a minute since I have been around to stream. I was on vacation with my wife's family, and then last week I felt terrible due to due to having vacationed with my wife's family, but more it's just I was very tired, very drawn out, come back to work, and then it was like I just was so wiped out, and I have to be a little cautious because we are right around what would be the 12-year anniversary of when I died. That sounds strange to say, but yeah, I pretty much did and came back, so need to be mindful of health, and when it comes to feeling really worn down and stuff, that's like, you can take a break, you can take care of yourself, and magic will be there for you. And here we are, we're back. Mono Red Painter. I had talked about wanting to play this a couple weeks ago. The Dark Depths podcast guys had been talking about it. Another podcast, Everyday Eternal. Callum Smith has been playing and singing the praises of Painter for a long time, and recently on Twitter just posted a couple different versions of his lists. And from that, I know that there are a couple different cards that there's like a general consensus that they are liked, but I don't necessarily like them, and maybe one of those is like Once Upon a Time. All I see with Once Upon a Time is, instead of, look at X number of cards, put one of them in your hand, whatever, for me it's take X number of cards and just put them directly on the bottom of the library. Don't even look at them, because there wasn't something that you wanted anyway. But, a version that I had been looking at ones with Karn that let you have like silver bullets in the sideboard and things like that, but this is more, I would say, like focused on making sure we hit all the pieces of the combo as fast as possible, and that feels like something that definitely is where we want to be. So with that, I say we give it a spin out there in the Legacy Cubes. Alright. This is our deck, but we can't play in a challenge. It's like to play a league. How about that? Okay. Hope everyone is doing well, whether you're catching this live on Twitch or maybe later on YouTube. If you aren't already following our channel here on Twitch, it's free to do. And speaking of free to do, over on YouTube, subscriptions there, they help support the team as we work towards building our numbers up and getting more eyes on us. Another thing you can do is we post when we go live on Twitter. Give us a retweet there, share the news. Let's get more people watching so that we can get more things going on. One of the things we had talked about coming up is like some like viewer incentives. We already have different rewards for those that are subscribing or over on the Patreon and things like that. But something that's more like a giveaway, like I have all these cards which you can't currently see on like the table next to me, but it's like you reach over and you put a card, every once in a while, maybe almost raffle-ish giveaway style. I think that would be something interesting and help promote viewership. All right, with that, let's join round number 1. On the draw, however, I have no companion this time, but what do we have? We have I have a Goblin Engineer. A Goblin Engineer that could get me... We have most of it here. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. Windswept Heath from them. Green-white depths, perhaps. Maybe elves. Elves. Fetching basic forest. Well, these blasts look great. I say that, and then at the same time, Painter Servant turning on... What do you want to say? That could get 0. I'm thinking through... Painter Servant on blue gives me all of these... Okay, somebody knows who I am. I'm not sure who. They just posted Pinter! So we'll say hi in a minute. I'm going to start off with a mountain and pass. Oh, that's our guy? All right. I didn't know his moto name. Nice. Well, now I know what I'm playing against. Yes, this is get your swish value. What is the ante? Whatever we want to make Larry do, I guess, is the ante here. Alright, everything's blue. So we have Simian Spirit Guide with Pyroblast and or Red Elemental Blast available to us. Post-combat. The question is more... If they start to grind their value, do I just blow up Reclaimer? Because I kind of want to. Now, what I need to think about, and is potentially dangerous, is once we sideboard, and they are able to bring in Pyroblast, I just have to... I have the power of when you have Painter on blue and you can Pyroblast things away. The issue is naming blue and let my opponent blow up my stuff. I mean, that's not the greatest. Knowing that he has access to red out of the sideboard options, but it is still something worth considering. Like, I'm going to board down from the 7 of them I have, especially if there are things in the sideboard that are more worthwhile. So that is something we will see. Okay. Reclaimer activated here, most likely bringing forth, if it's not a specialty land, then at least Ruins of Trocare, which is most likely to come up. Alright, so they're maximizing green. Maximizing green makes me think that they have Dark Depths available to them. So we'll pass there. So that if they go for Dark Depths, we're able to have the surprise. I think they want to crop rotate the flagstones. There they go. Yep. This will get Dark Depths. Really? I expected more than that. They might be playing long term. I guess Saga is our way working toward the other half of the combo, so it is very threatening. This is getting kind of funny now. So we send engineer to go get something while still have all these spirit guides active. Oh, I forgot about that. Pay 1. We'll search. Yes, please. So, am I getting value? Am I getting... For a second, I was like, well, why are these grindstones blue? Spoilers, it's because I made them blue. So this will let me dance around. That seems to be the grindiest card. Sniper won't currently shoot them down. Plus, I can't grind it back. That's worth thinking about.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
No attacks. Pass turn. Little do they know, I still have all these combos. Is there a way I can grind that back and forth? Yes. So they did not reclaim away. Because they wanted the planes. They just had the Dark Depths. So now the question will be, how do I just need to be careful about how I respond and or interact with that Dark Depths. They have 4 cards left. I'll allow it. So we just drew the grindstone. I mean, we might as well just kill him, right? You. Alright, up a game. Now, as we were mentioning, their ability to have Pyroblast or whatever effects in their sideboard, is that the kind of thing that they're going to bring in against us? It doesn't feel like it, whereas something that I want is maybe more of this Magus style. And especially the fact that they're lands-based, they do have Mox Diamonds available. They have a couple of basic lands, but other than that, our ability to land a really fast Magus is something that is going to fundamentally do a bunch of... What do I want to say? Fundamentally cause a bunch of headaches for them. How about that? So from our side, I think Pithing Needle, Knight of the Reliquary, and Thespian Stage, and the Elf that we saw, all of those are relevant. Fury. Fury can come in and mess with things that are... Well, I guess we already have a couple of them. But it's more the idea that do we want to... Yeah, so... Do I want Fiery Confluence? It's a sweeper, but it's not necessarily a sweeper I care about. They don't have artifacts that I'm worried about. I think the Furies are reasonable, and then the ley lines, something like a tutorable Bajuka Bog is important, but not to the same degree as, say, it would permanently keep their Elves small and Knights small, but I don't see that as important in the same way when I can do Soul Guide Lantern and bounce it around type things, if that makes sense. So then, all right, we got a healthy pile of cards to come out. I'm going to say all the red elemental blasts for sure. And then are lightning bolts weaker than Fury? I'm going to say yes. I don't want to trim all the pyroblasts, but I think we can start by trimming at least one or two. Urza Saga is not the greatest combo. Twin Shot Sniper also feels weak compared to something like Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt has a better chance of hitting some things that aren't others. Lightning Bolt can kill a Minsk and Boo in response. Yes, it can. Unfortunately, Minsk and Boo are not currently online, you dungus. They're coming, though. Minsk and Boo are coming. They just currently are not online. But they're coming. Alright. So what do I have here? I have a Magus, but I don't have the mana to quickly fire it out there. If they had a fast start, we would have Lightning Bolt for it. We don't have 2 mana though. We don't have 2 mana for Engineer or Painter Servant or anything like that. So I think that's reason enough to mulligan. I mean, okay. I don't think this is the nuts, but it's pretty good. Green Sun 1, got it. Maximizing their get out ahead of whatchamacallit, Blood Moon. Now, for similar reasons, I'm not going to deploy Lotus Petal yet. There is the kind of Kasali Pride Mage type card that can do nonsense. I don't want to necessarily run into that. That seems good. Now the better question is, do I want to Pithy Needle on Reclaimer, keep them off of Bog? At the same time, is this a reason to want to go get Engineer? I guess they are going a little bit wider than I expected. I know they have a Green Sun package, but I wasn't truly thinking it through. Alright, now, truly thinking it through, I could have engineered something great and then thrown it in play with Welder. We need to check the deck real quick. Like, is Twin Shot Sniper still in the deck? Twin Shot Sniper is not still in the deck. Okay, so that wouldn't be a good one. We could get Brea's Apprentice. That could also be a future turn. Yeah, I think this was just poorly thought out on my part. Not playing through everything I needed to do. Because I would trade Lotus Petal and Goblin Engineer. I would rather have the option in case something goes wrong. Say they try to blow up a pithy needle or something like that. That I would rather just have had it my options with the Goblin Welder. If that makes sense. Alright, so now I'm setting myself up with something in the graveyard with the ability to hop it out if I need to. We already know that I have Painter Servant. Grindstone is theoretically coming with Urza Saga. I say we get a grinding effect of something like Brea's Apprentice. Again, there could have been a better play here, especially if I would have kept the twin shot sniper. Would have been able to Goblin Engineer it into the graveyard and trade, say, a Lotus Petal just to hop it right back in play. That would have been so much better. And then have it going back and forth, just gunning down creatures in play. See, that's why you don't sideboard stuff out. Thank you, old boy Merlin. I do appreciate you joining the Swish format. Ah, yes. And God on the 7th day rested, and on the 8th day went to his LGS and played some Legacy. So depending on how they tap will greatly determine, cashing in this Pithing Needle. This is their upkeep to get a draw trigger, understood. It's clever. Oh, I agree with that, Merlin. This is an interesting approach with them. Try to get a construct maker going, but unfortunately for them... Okay, so we have now lost our, we'll say, simple look at it. So end step. I'd like a Brea's Apprentice, please. Okay. Now, this needs red mana, correct? Sacrifice an artifact. Return target artifact 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Hold. Attack. We're figuring it out. We'll attack first. Okay. I want a Pithing Needle back. Why did you not attack with the Thopter, Jeremy? Because then I could have I should have had +1. That's my bad. That is my bad. Should have done 1 more damage there. I'm learning. We'll get there. Okay, Saga ticks up. No current white sources for them. Effectively, if Saga pops, Saga could go get a Mox Diamond. Mox Diamond would be a strange one for them. Well, there's no worry in Mox Diamond of me throwing it into the trash for them. You know what I mean? Until they get another artifact in that graveyard somehow. What do you got here? 3 mana. Seeds of Innocence. This would be an argument to waiting, but we didn't. So now I just have to rebuild. Big 1 damage coming across. We'll take it. 3 cards left for them. All right. Well, this is pod racing. Send in these 2. We should have had 1 more damage. I'm just saying, we should have had 1 more if I wasn't a big dummy. Also worth realizing, Reclaimer now has its ability for I should say Reclaimer has the ability to, so now they have red. Now that's the thing. They now have red. However, did they bring the Pyroblasts in? Now, also, in response here, and maybe I should have... Okay. Green gives them the ability to have Force of Vigor. White give protection. I'm trying to think if any other cards have natural protection from colors. My stuff's red. It'll stay red. Pass turn. No attacks. So now we're getting into a situation where if they go for like Bog, well, no, Bog doesn't work anymore. That's the thing. I should have responded there because Bog doesn't even work anymore. Actually, should have gone the other direction because they can now crop rotation for a Bog. Yep. Yep. Should have done it in the other direction because Goblin Welder is a exchange effect. And because if they responded to Goblin Welder, then I get both back. So, okay. That's not what I expected, but now they've set themselves up to be able to remove the Magus with their white source. So then, is there anything else I would rather do here? Get Pithing Needle in play, or is this a wait and see? Because I can currently block. I can currently make a lot of blockers. If they do nothing, I'm going to activate this, choosing this artifact, and let's say Pithing You. 3 cards left in their hand. They have green, white. They didn't necessarily immediately have the removal. Okay. Dryad Arbor currently is a land, but I believe it can only tap for red. Yes, so it's a 1/1 mountain. If we swing, we need to be able... Hey, Zach. We need to be able to deal with... I have different cards that can hop the Brea's Apprentice back out. I think because of that... I guess this could just be a Swords effect. Swords brings the moon back online. So, okay. I'm going to swing with Thopter. So Swords on the moon here. Unlocks the lands for them. So now I assume they're going to move to blocks. Okay. So then I have to activate Welder first, choosing this artifact and this Brea's Apprentice. So I now have a new Thopter. A new colorless Thopter is relevant. Yes, so with the with the Magus in play, Dark Depths came into play and never gets the counters. So never having gained counters, it just sat around, and as soon as the Magus goes away, it's just a regular old Dark Depths, and then regular old Dark Depths gets to hop into play. Well, it helps when you can remove your opponents. There was a mono red deck that was actually doing it to yourself. You played your own Blood Moon effects, played your Dark Depths, and then you played stuff that blew up your Blood Moon effect. It's kind of funny. Sorry. Block. Trying to think of a way to clear that Reclaimer, but I'm not coming up with a good one. If I play this mountain, I lose that. So... how do I get multiple sacks? So this eats itself. Till the end of your next turn. Okay. Yes. Do I want an ancient tomb when I already have a city of traders? I'm gonna say no. This was not very exciting. And I feel like it's not going to be very exciting. But what is exciting is that Merit Lage is apparently Rakdos now. I could go for a Fury. Fury would be sweet. I could also absorb a hit for 20, which is interesting. What's mindful is I should absorb the hit for 20 life from the loam, targeting Thespian Stage, Wasteland, and Dark Depths. So they're going to start building more 2020s. Is there anything I can do to stop it with what I have? I would say no. Flare blocks. Okay. I like that one. I'll play the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Yes, if I can find a grindstone somewhere, we'll be in business. Yeah, I like the idea of Fable here. I really don't have to do anything. I don't know if that technically will trigger the coming into play. Create a token. It should trigger a copy. Okay, so then yeah, we'll get them. Pass the turn. I'm playing around Minsk and Boo with the lightning bolt because it puts a trigger on the stack when it comes in. Trying to think through it. Dredged away a Swords to Plowshares. I appreciate it. Saga lurking. Alright, the plan here is to bring back our Thopter generator. Four mana. Hard cast Force of Vigor, perhaps? Targeting my Pithy Needle and my Thopter token. So, is there a way... Yes. You ready for some value? So I could shoot Brea's Apprentice. Brea's Apprentice will go to the graveyard. I'd like to bring Brea's Apprentice back. I'll pay red, and I will sacrifice this Thopter token. I have a new Thopter token. I will block. Now, I don't get the bonus value there of having an extra artifact, but I'm going to get it when the Shaman attacks. So I'm kind of okay with it. And we drew a Painter's Servant. So now all I need to find... And... Well, I don't know if I want to always yield. Take that off. So we're going to throw away 2. And we found our grindstone. So step 1 is trade this. Oh, we also have mana, so... Let's name red again. All right. Thank you, Jeff, for the match. Pulls our record to a 1-0. We've been rolling for a little while. It's a little grindy there, but I feel like the deck has a grindstone in it. We're going to be doing a lot of abilities, moving things in and out of play. And a lot of things like that. It's going to get to the point. Do I only play Painter in Legacy? If by what you mean is when I play the card Painter Servant, is Painter Servant only in Legacy? No, because I have played Painter Servant in Vintage before. If you're asking when I play Legacy, do I only play Painter Servant? The answer to that is a resounding no. You can find our old footage at YouTube, ? Here, let me send you to... Well, quick, we can pull all the commands up. All right, let's join our match. If you find the Swish Gaming on YouTube, you can find all of our old content, and you can find a bunch of content there from me, for sure. So... we have an Urza Saga that's building toward a grindstone. How do I cast Fable the Mirror Breaker? I can cast Fable of the Mirror Breaker off Saga, Petal, Simian, Spirit Guide. This seems excessively greedy. This feels way better. And... they mulligan to 6. I'm going to keep here. And keeping here, I think I lose the Spirit Guide. I do want a Spirit Guide turn 1 out this Fable. By doing that off this, I feel like Mox Opal is a little far away. Alright. Ancient 2. Fable. Alright. I have a little goblin dude. If this can start generating me tokens, basic forest, Elvish Reclaimer, this dude is all about the bane of my existence. Okay. So trigger, I may discard 2 cards. Up to 2 cards. If I do, draw that many cards. Well, right now, I want to play a Painter's Servant and like blow up this thing. So I'm just gonna select Simeon. What I want to do is, yes, at least Simeon Spirit Guide, and I think I want to keep the rest. Okay. Keeping in mind when I attack, I'm also going to generate a treasure. Okay. So we're naming blue. Now, do I just shoot this Reclaimer? Yes. Alright, shields down. They could be green-white depths. They could just be elves. They could be Fiend Artisan. I'm gonna say they're Fiend Artisan. That's just a guess. This is the one that copies, right? Well, that doesn't seem fair. If they're playing online, aren't they stealing away my equity? Like, if I lose, do I get to file for compensation? Oh, I think everybody dislikes the reserve list. There's nothing there that is in any way surprising. Do I have to only copy my creatures? Copy target non-legendary you control. Okay. I think our opponent clearly knows nobody likes reserve list. Sacrifice another creature, but you also have to pay mana. Those people don't exist, Merlin. These aren't insects, right? Okay. I thought I would ask. They're a combo heavy deck. Now, what I'm wondering is, it's not even like they necessarily care about the Fiend Artisan portion of how big they are. Maybe they do. So they need to return an elf to untap the creatures, and these are Nightmare. They are not elves. So, how does this work? They're just they're an Elves deck with Fiend Artisans. Okay. Go Power Rangers. I've got all this treasure. Well, I've definitely heard. I definitely saw people posting on Twitter about getting Fiend Artisans, so I got mine. Gaia's Cradle. Well, unfortunately for you, Natural Order is currently a blue card. But congratulations, you now have 3/3s. I'll play a Goblin Welder. I no longer want to attack into what you have, however, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. So if I create it in their end step, I get an extra one. Does it get haste? It does grant haste. No, the black in Legacy is normally discard or abrupt decay type options. The modern version of Elves uses the shaman that like deals damage. I don't know what it's called. Something shaman. All right, they are playing a lot of large toughness creatures. Give me another one of these. Theoretically, another welder could do some nonsense. They wanted the extra card off Glimpse of Nature. Okay, well this works. Got him. See, sometimes you just wait, and that's all it takes. What is our card? Feed Artisan. All right, so this certainly looks like it says when it enters play, choose Fiend Artisan. So I think we're gonna play that one. What I was mentioning before about the Ley Lines of the Void, like against normal elves, you certainly don't want Ley Line of the Void. It's the idea that they're using the birthing pot part. They're not using the I have large creatures part. So I think because of that, we don't care. And I think more fear, if they are an elf deck and they're building and they're going wide, that's what I want. That's what I want to go after. And because of that, Soul Guide Lantern isn't necessarily where I want to be. Now, knowing that they are not a blue deck, I can start to scale back on, these extra effects that, I mean, sometimes you're just going to draw them and it's going to be a complete blank without Painter Servant. If they're a blue deck, not a complete blank. But that, unfortunately, is not what their splash is. I do maybe wonder, I can say 4 damage, I can deal 3? That does not seem great. Maybe Magus. They have a lot of fetch lands. It's whether they can get to the if they don't naturally have that many forests. I mean, I feel like it's better than a red elemental blast. You know what I mean? It's getting to that point that it might do something. No, you normally natural order for the Craterhoof Behemoth, and it pluses the whole team. They could have Progenitus. That's an entire possibility, but I would agree that their deck is weird. I mean, they could very well have other options. Okay, so this is pretty sweet. A quick Fable of the Mirror Breaker ends up ramping you to Fury, and then you're copying Fury? I think we keep. Now, I was going to say, we're not really ramping too hard. And Jeremy needs to remember... Jeremy needs to remember that you... Okay, that was sweet. That you are allowed to play... You are allowed to pitch cast Fury, but... The point was more... Don't forget about pitch cast Fury. Although I really do want to run out this Fable. More and more likely that we are going to pitch cast. Especially since it will heavily neuter this Cradle. Alright, so... Which am I losing? In general, I would normally want to go after the Heritage Druid. Because it doesn't tap on its own. Whereas a Dryad Arbor taps and counts as a Gaia Cradle, so maybe I do have to clear the Dryad Arbors. I don't like it, but I think I might have to. The reason I did that is because this is worth 1 mana. If I left a Dryad Arbor, the Dryad Arbor can tap, and then the Gaia's Cradle can tap, and it's 3. That was the reasoning. It doesn't mean it's correct, but that was the reasoning. This could definitely be worse. Alright, Rhea's Apprentice. So now either we set up Fable, we build a Saga token, we play a Brea's Apprentice. Brea's Apprentice can start to do shenanigans with Goblin Welder. I like Fable for the most part. I feel like the fact they only have a single card, I feel like it has the best chance to get us somewhere. True. Well, my thought is that Fable is going to do the draw 2 cards. Plus, I wanted the... Alright, so they just have Natural Order. They do have Progenitus. So we have to gain some life. Or, you know, just find Painter Servant. So... we do this, we throw those 2 away. So now we're going to search our deck for a 1-cost card, and it can be mana. We got Pithing Needle. We could play a new Fable as part of our turn. We could also build up to have a really large artifact. So I need the mana to be able to play the Fable. So 3, he would attack to give me 1. Okay, Saga goes off. And I think I'll take the mana aspect here of Mox Opal. Use this. Nope. I don't need that many. A new Fable. A new Goblin. And now this can trade out. Mox Opal is not currently turned on, but I can turn it on by getting myself a treasure. I will take a treasure. And that's worth it to me because I'm looking at my ability to set up and kill in the next turn. And to do that, I kind of need maximum mana. The plan right now is to trade this treasure token for the Brea's Apprentice. Take it. No blocks. I have 1 turn to live. I don't know of anything that gains life in my deck. I will be surprised if I have anything. So this is gonna go get Collector's Oof is what it feels like. Or it could be the come into play destroy a thing. Okay, Grist. That is not at all. I would have expected them to kill Goblin Welder. Okay. End step. I will weld this token for this Brea's Apprentice, please. Okay. I have a new this, but it's not online yet. It doesn't have haste. Yes, these two. So we just kill them. Unless they have more Progeniti. Thank you. That felt pretty good. So far, I have to say, Callum Smith, obvious genius. The version that I was looking to play, like I said, had Karn main deck. I do not believe had Brea's Apprentice. And had some... What else did it have? It had something else that was a little bit different than what we're playing. Fury was not in the main. Fury was in the side. I mean, for the most part, pretty similar. But I have to say, like, having these options to, you know, there's so many different things. It's like I can put this in, I take this out, put this in, take this out. Look, and the mistake I made against Jeff was not realizing if you lead with Welder and have like an artifact, when you play the Engineer is going to put something straight into the graveyard that the Welder can immediately hop out. Say you had a Mox Opal or, you know, Great Furnace type thing, and that ability, like, I could have got Twin Shot Sniper going right away, and had I done it in that game, would have been perfect. Now, here, against the Elf thing, I never got the tutor aspect of the Goblin Engineer to get things going there. But, I mean, I do have the deck. So it's not like I'm not ready. I'm ready to weld. Don't get me wrong. I am a welder. That's not true. I'm how about this? I'm an engineer. Okay? I'm not a welder. I'm an engineer. But those people can work together to accomplish great things. And I'm kind of rambling right now, but sometimes that's what you need to do to fill the time between matches. What else you could do to fill the time between matches while you're watching is hit that follow button. Oh, of course, the next round starts. I can't even get into my spiel. Like, I'm trying to do my pitch, and Magic Online is like, we need to keep this going. All right, we have won the die roll. Urza Insane. We have definitely fought an insane Urza before. We have no red. We have every Fable possible, but no red mana. Hey, I got red mana. Shut up. How do you have no lands? I mean, we've definitely played Urza Insane before. I feel like recently. But I am wrong about recently. See, I need to update my deck thing. I used to have I could just type in who my opponent was, and it would like immediately tell me like what decks they've played. All right, they are keeping 7. Well, unfortunately, I'm down to... we can keep this. All right, so I got Saga, Ancient Tomb. Currently, I have no red mana, but I have to put 2 cards back. Painter's Servant makes all my cards red for Fury. How about them apples? Yield the turn after that. The idea is, so I can lead Urza Saga into Ancient Tomb. Okay, at least now I'm making dudes. And then sneak in Painter's Servant alongside. Spell Bomb. Okay. Spell Bomb can disrupt our Ancient Tomb shenanigans. I want to get this ahead of them doing something stupid and breaking up, like Chalice on 0 or something. Okay, they look 8 cast. Yeah, they're definitely 8 cast. 8 cast with maybe something else in the mix, like Hullbreachers. So there may be more the Echo of Eons. Right? So crack. On my turn, play. Yeah, I need an LED. For some of my crazy piles, if I had one LED in the deck, I do think it would make at least like the Urza Saga to be able to go generate a bunch of mana, if you know what I mean. And if they're watching the stream, hello Urza Insane. I don't believe you are though. Right, having drawn a Fable. So having them cash in there, does it change anything for me? So I have a new one. This could get... I mean, it gets Soul Guide, picks off their either Spell Bomb, and then they aren't really doing anything. But I would also maybe rather... If I get Grindstone, play the Painter Servant, or is this too greedy? Because right now, them recurring Spellbomb breaks up the Grindstone anyway. So if I go for Soul Guide Lantern, eat the Spellbomb. I have now got another token to go with, and then I can start generating creatures. If they go for something, Soul Guide Lantern can turn off the graveyard. Sure. Why not equip? Because you have a Hullbreacher? You may discard. If you do, draw that many cards. We currently do not have red mana for this Pyroblast, which is like the biggest blowout in the world. So, thank you for playing that, because I can now answer no. And that's pretty insane. What's potentially more insane is attacking with both creatures, getting the red mana, seeing how they block, and then potentially furying them. So if I did it right now, let's see how they try to block. They could try to block there, so then I just Pyroblast it. Okay, they had already yielded. All right, everybody, I got my Rakdos Goblin Shaman. The fact that I was going to play that means I maybe should have done it to get the extra damage out of the construct. See, that's the whole point. Like, there are so many branching decision trees that when I try to talk through it while I'm playing it, I'm going to miss stuff. I mean, I hope you know what you sign up for when you watch Jay Pinter stream. If you don't think, well, you know, I expect only the highest possible level of play, you're in for hard times. But if you want to have a fun time, if you want to have a good time, if you want to cry as your opponent plays Karn the Great Creator, oh no. Like, especially if they have, what do you call it in their hand, right? So I'm either clearing the graveyard or I'm drawing a card. Aha! A mountain. Minus Karn, get LED, play, spin, echo. I don't even think they've played a land. They haven't. See, this is dangerous. When people play Karn, well, I didn't want to give them additional cards for Force of Will, but if they are the Echo version, which seen main deck Hullbreachers. What was that? Oh, Shadow Spear is a blocker. Oh, I didn't expect that one. Now, this is an even bigger wrong decision. This 100% should have been red. Because if this was red, I can then Fury. You know what I mean? So that was just a bad decision. This doesn't even kill Karn. Imagine if I was not a buffoon and I had actually named red on the painter suit. You know what I mean? Then I would have enough mana. So now the question is, do I even play this mountain? Because I would lose the City of Traders for it. But I think I have to. Hey, hater! Yeah, I can't believe I Dungus that one up. I mean, I can believe it. I just wish I hadn't. And Shifty Mane is also here. I cannot try for Fury because my treasure is turned off. Where I was saying is, if I would have correctly named red with the Painter Servant, I could have pitched the land for my red cost on Fury. So that was a bad decision on my part. I mean, it looks cool. It looks cool to have a Rakdos Goblin Shaman, but that doesn't make it correct. It would be correct to have a doubly red Shaman and a Fury that would have killed everything on that side of the board. It would have dealt 3 and 1 to Karn, and then my guys would have attacked and eaten the Karn. Engineered explosives. Why? I mean, I lose the... Okay. Okay. I mean, I had some good tokens there. True. I don't know if they were hoping to catch the flipped Kiki. Remember, flipped cards keep the cost of the front of the card. They did change that rule. It didn't used to be that way. Excuse me. Opponent thinking through their options. It is my opponent thinking, right? It's not me messing something up. No, I see their clock ticking. All right. Long pause. We've decided on a Mox Opal. Mox Opal post Engineered Explosives, mind you. Chalice on 1. Okay. Again, had we named red... Look at this. Look at this hot tech. Now, the question is, do I shoot Emery and attack Karn? Well, of course I do. Do they have force? I didn't consider force. Next turn, being able to copy the twin shot sniper. 2 damage will come in, attack for 4. Should have sent Painter Servant at that. I keep doing this, like, where you make the play. You think about the play after the fact, sure, but... Four. Chalice on 2. Chalice on 2 has resolved. So, what's cute here? Shoot 2, 4, 6, 7. Or attack for 3 with the ability to have a snipe. So if I do this and I attack, That's 3. Puts them at 7. Next turn, they could generate a blocker. That's large. But I can potentially Fury it out of the way. Or do I get Fury in play right now so that I can copy? No, you would evoke it and then make the copy next turn. Well, hold on. What about that? Play Fury. Evoked. On the stack, copy. That's 6, 7, 8, 9. And you definitely should have attacked last turn. Alright, so I'm keeping the ability to sneak. Like, I obviously messed this up by sending Reflection. I sent 3 damage at Karn. I only need to send 2 damage. Had I put them at 9, I could do the Fury trick, make the copy, attack for 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. The plan here is to do the end step twin shot sniper trick. Okay, let's see if this mills anything for them. There is our Echo and a Ledger Shredder. So now the Fury is gone. Echo is going to happen, but Echo is theoretically tapping them out to do so. Who knows what they will draw with this new hand? Second main. They must have a really good card in hand. So, I alt cast Fury. Fury comes in. Alternatively, if I copy this right now, it comes in and shoots them for 2 and they're at 5. Shoot you. Combat. They block one of these. Take 5. I think we figured it out eventually. But I could have been more succinct. That's what all of that hand waving was, to try to come up with the word succinct. Not very succinct, if you ask me. Okay. Playing against Urza, Echo, Pile. Artifact Destruction. I'm trying to think from my side of it, because I've played this matchup so many times. Correction. I have played as 8 cast so much that I almost don't, like, I don't want to take out the Painter Servant Grindstone, because all these Pyroblasts and stuff like that are going to be great against it. But it's more, Welder is going to be so good. That's another thing. I want a Cavern. Because if they play a turn 1, and I can't welder out their dude, a single cavern would be so clever. All right, so Fiery Confluence in. Do I want more Furies? Furies are good. Able to clean up Hullbreacher and stuff like that. Soul Guide against Emery is okay. I think you keep the Lightning Bolts. The real question is, to me, like, do I want Mindbreak Trap? Or Magus? Knowing they really don't have too many basic islands normally. Maybe a couple with all the other stuff you got going on. I'm trying to think back to did they have basic islands in play? They probably did. And I'm just not paying. Yeah, they had a Synod and a thing and Pithy Needle for Emery. I would say that, yeah, I do mostly play Legacy. I play a lot of different things, but I'm 75% Legacy right now. I'm going to take out one Fable. Maybe the Brea's Apprentice for the grinding aspect of it. I just don't feel like I want Leyline. It's okay. Hey, Garb Dog. Unfortunately, I don't know. Let me see. If you go to... Okay. Don't know what this is doing. Okay, I was trying to post the list, and it won't let me. That's unfortunately. I also mulliganed to 5, didn't I? That was a pretty good 5-card hand. We don't have any red mana here. That doesn't feel good enough. Okay. So now my real thought is trying to get this welder online immediately. Especially in the face of that. Chalice on 1. Yep. These are all good reasons to have a cavern in your deck. Okay, so... Yes. Okay. I can put Sniper in the graveyard, but I can't use Sniper. So my thought instead is we go get... Brea's Apprentice, and then I can start grinding an advantage. Then I just need to find other things to go with it. We could also Pithing Needle Emery, but I think I'm going to use that for the purposes of the advantage. If... One sec, Garb Dog. I'm using Callum Smith's list. If you follow that, that should show you the picture. Oh, sorry, didn't realize. You got it? Yep. All right, spin it up. We have a new hand. So, if they are this reliant with Emery and everything else, should I really be on whatchamacallit? Alright, so play Painter Servant. Make everything blue. The question is more, do they have I can play Grindstone, have it get countered, and then just wait on it to come back. Or we have mana to play. I could play another Painter's Servant. Or I could Engineer. What would Engineer get me? Another option to be able to dance this stuff in and out. The Chalice is definitely holding me down. Oh, that drew a force. The Engineer drew a force. Okay. Because he knew I could put Grindstone in my graveyard. Interesting. So maybe I should have just played Grindstone. One, two, three. So I need... If I drew a mana source and hadn't thrown it away with the Simian Spirit Guide, I could play recur 1, 2, 3, and that's enough. Four mana. 5 mana. Are you hard casting an Echo? Because that's bad news for me. Bad news for me. Lots of tokens for them. I think we're not going to win this one. It's just a feeling. I mean, I can't imagine a world they don't win this one. Whatever this is incorrect. Yeah, that's flat out wrong when you already have one in your sideboard. Or, sorry, already in your graveyard. But, I mean, we don't need to see our opponent play with themselves, right? So we'll just go ahead and concede. All right, game 3. Knowing how reliant they are, do I want the Mindbreak traps? I'm gonna be on the play. Or do I want these ley lines? Leyline completely turns off that portion of their deck. That might be good. I think maybe I'm being too cute. I need to have a way to kill out. I don't really want to cut anything else. I mean, what's the pithing needle? Okay, Soul Guide Lantern can come in and hit thing. What was the pithing needle for? Emery? This is exactly when we are like, oh man, you know what I needed here? I needed pithing needle. Look, I have 11 blasts. This hand seems decent. So is this a turn 1 saga, turn 2? Or is this a mulligan to leyline hand? You know, I'm talking about like they're going to set up a turn 1 chalice and I'm going to have gone, what, turn 1 Ancient Tomb Painter Servant, go. Because if I'm not holding up Pyroblast, or do I hold up Pyroblast? And I'm getting rid of Twin Shot Sniper. So I want to I think you have to lead Pyroblast. And see what happens. And then I can Painter Servant. We already saw that they have Force of Will, right? Okay, we might have a new plan. Target artifact. If we get a grindstone there, or we get something like we start to make them worry about it. I like the redundancy. Are they going to hit a land or no? I'm okay with Chalice on 1 there. Okay, that's pretty good. I'd like to destroy. Big bucks, no whammies. Okay, that's totally fine. Because now they lose their land. What's really gonna suck is when they just go get an LED and go off that way. And then I'll be like, you fool! We could have gone all the way down to Leyline, but this is our... feels like our best chance. We'll have to... We can hope and we can pray. And if neither of those works, whatever. Don't know if opponent is... I don't know. Okay. Float that mana. I mean, it happens. We can potentially... I mean, it depends on what happens over there, but... Get a bunch of blue. You have to sack the Lion's Eye first. Chalice on 1 again. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work how our opponent is hoping it does. I mean, yeah. Depending on what happens, I should have a kill here. Because of how we're going to do this interaction. Okay, so step 1, I'm going to float a colorless. And get a grindstone. And I just have it all, so I'm going to use Ancient Tomb to play a Painter Servant. Name... Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't matter, because even if they could counter that, for a single red... you activate Grindstone. For a single red mana, swap the Grindstone out and put Painter in. Painter says everything's this color. Grindstone resolves. Alright. Pat on the back there. Could have done some other things smarter, but... That's what you... Like, this is not necessarily a list I'm familiar with, but obviously is very powerful, is very well thought out by a player that I respect a lot. Just a... I mean, if you don't already listen to Everyday Eternal podcast, and you like Legacy, definitely be checking that out. You know what I mean? It's... I listen to a bunch of podcasts, but that is one that I have to make sure not to miss, because it gives you not only like a online health of the format, but the fact that they're different hosts. Callum in England, Julian in Germany, Kai was Japan, now Germany. They have a global perspective that I don't. And it's definitely interesting to hear what they talk about. Even at the same time, stuff like the Dark Depths podcast, if you're not listening to that one, they're great for not only, like again, playing online, but they play a lot of in-person tournaments at a really high level. And it's interesting to see not only the facts that I like dark depth strategies, I like painter strategies, all of that kind of thing. So, yeah, definitely that is some homework for the audience. If you aren't already, go check those podcasts out. All right, we are unfortunately on the draw, but fortunately, all right, I ran out of things. Okay, so again, as long as I'm not dumb, Painter on red turns Fury on very quickly. They have mulligan to 5. I'm going to keep here. Now, turn 1, Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal, Fable, followed by another Fable is a lot of treasure tokens. Oh no, good luck and have fun. They're like Reanimator. Good luck and have fun. You know they're a dirty combo player now. Hey, good luck. Good luck and have fun. Good luck. Good luck and have fun. Thought sees you. Should have kept the Simian Spirit Guide. Good luck and have fun. To be fair, I used to say hello and good luck because there were like keyboard shortcuts that you could have in Magic Online chat, 30 years ago. And so, okay. My plan is to kind of Painter Servant it into the graveyard, so that's cool. Oh, we had it all. Fable me. Okay. I would like a goblin token. I'd like to pass turn. Well, okay, I guess it's fair. You can't Fable both of the tokens away, but what are they going to do? Are they going to reanimate my Painter Servant? Oh, see, now I feel bad if they really did mean hello and good luck. Yikes. City of Traders. Well, that's one we're going to throw away. And the Spirit Guide. Well, we only have to throw... We could say I only want to throw one away. They have let us attack. Play a new Fable. So many Fables. This is like when you tell a story to your friends, you're like, I remember the time. See... I like your optimism, Zach, but the Entomb for Gristlebrand is making me think differently. Now, what really sucks is I wanted to be able to play the Fury. Okay, hold on. They just suspended Profane Tutor, so somehow we are not currently dead. Oh, We're so good. They could be the mono black. Oh, I'm trying to think of what it's called. I've definitely seen it though. Where it's like a combo. I want to say Adam has been playing it locally. Hey, reaction 172 in the Swish War. Yeah, they mulliganed down, but they didn't manage to have the reanimation effect, and then we're just gonna live on Red Elemental Blast. Okay, 2 cards remaining. Grief Hardcast. Well, with what I have here, 2, 4, 6, 11. I think I have to counter it. Because they're clearing the way anyway for the Profane Tutor to mess me up. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that, but what's up, XUS__? Welcome to the Swish War. Alright. We exile that. So here's what I'm saying. If I play this and copy it, it's 3/6. I guess we can we get enough damage so that if they reanimate Gristlebrand, it's not like it's the end of the world. So let's just hard cast this. Say no. Place this on the stack and say okay. Alright, so nothing happens. And then I would like to create a copy of this. Say okay. That happens. Move to combat. Attack with all. Get more treasures. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pass. I am not Callum Smith. I am just playing Callum Smith's deck. So, in spirit, I am Callum Smith. But I'm not actually Callum Smith. That'd be kind of cool. Callum Smith is definitely cool. But I am not. No, I am not Callum Smith. I am still cool. How about that? Alright, can this one single Profane Tutor change everything? Or do we kill them? I'm hoping it's the one and not the other. Oh. Well, welcome, welcome. Thank you for creating this list. It's a good list. What do I sideboard, though? Oh, well, hold on. We sideboard that one. And then... we don't Pithing Needle. Do we Pithing Needle Gristlebrand? I mean, theoretically. Oh! You are another Callum Smith. You are not the Callum. I gotcha. I gotcha now. Well, you're still welcome, and you're still cool. All right, lightning bolt. Lightning bolt out. So I think we had this happen before, where the question is the red elemental blasts, even though they do combo with what I'm trying to do, the fact that they don't directly have targets makes me want to trim on them, especially when I'm playing so many of them. And because of that, their swamp mana base makes this Magus a lot less impressive. So what if I had Mindbreak Trap? And then because of that, yeah, I think the lightning bolts aren't what I want, even though they could fight with grief. I like Twin Shot Sniper. I've really been impressed with Twin Shot Sniper. Hell, I've been really impressed with Fable the Caribou. That card's been great. If I was going to trim something else, actually, I would want to bring Pithing Needle in. Maybe trim a Pyro. And Brea's Apprentice. Brea's Apprentice has been good, but I think we can do better nonsense, if that makes sense. I can have more powerfulness. Well, here we go. We have Leyline and Mindbreak Trap. And a Soul Guide Lantern. Yeah, whatever, dude. I'll keep. So based on this, no, we need to get one turn going first. Yes. I need to have, because of the mana requirement on Saga, going into the next turn. Choose Swamp. I mean, they can just hardcast their stuff. Like, that's the thing, is this is not the... Sure, it'll take a lot of Dark Rituals. You're going to Collective Brutality. They escalated it. They're going to steal an instant or sorcery. They threw away an N2. Okay. Hey, Mike, it's been a while. Hey, when I'm done, do you want these grindstones back? Good to see ya, good to see ya. Yeah, we'll pop out the Exile Zone for them. I guess we don't need to pop out their, graveyard. Their graveyard is their Exile Zone. Really? Okay. 4 cards left for them. Yeah, this makes sense. So, we'll Saga. Cash in the Spirit Guide. Yeah, that's one less card that I didn't have to rent. Alright, we got our Shaman. Ooh, we can make a bunch of blue? I mean, I assume they take the Mindbreak Trap, right? Yeah. Because otherwise... I was gonna say, how did they gain the life? Collective Brutality gained the life, and Thoughtseize took it right back. Now, am I too greedy here if I think, well, I can just throw away this Soul Guide Lantern? I don't need Soul Guide Lantern because I have the Leyline going for me, right? But if I play Soul Guide Lantern, that's one more... Okay, say their out is like Serenity, then it doesn't matter. But if they have like targeted removal to blow up the Leyline, Soul Guide is my backup insurance. Does that make sense? So I need to be mindful of that and not think it's not that big of a deal. But all of that will matter once we get to trigger, and they might have put a stop on my upkeep and forgot about it. So dear opponent, a lot of first-time chatters today. Thank you very much. Thank you for participating in the stream. We do appreciate you. If you're watching and you're not already following the channel, it's free to do. There's a button right there. You can follow the channel. It'll make a little animation go off. It's really cool. If you're catching this on YouTube, you're not catching us live, subscribe to the channel. That's free. I don't have a little thing to go off, but pretend I do. And I'm saying I'm cheering for you right now. If you don't want to do either of those, you can also still, find us on Twitter, retweet that, let more people see it. It'll get more people in here watching. And all of that will help us hopefully make more interesting content for you. Okay, so I think I definitely want to discard the card. The question is, do I throw away 2 lands or just 1 land? I think I throw away 1, and then Ancient Tomb can get me an acceleration of land if that. So I'm fine with only doing 1. Okay. Well, okay, we just have it all set up next turn. So we'll say yes to that. Play this. We have the ability to activate that, so let's get a Soul Guide Lantern in play. I have to target myself, so I'll target that. And attack. So the better thought is, are they more likely to strip a card out of my hand with the discard that we've seen? Or are they more likely to kill a creature in play? And because of that, I think we just get Painter Servant in play. But you can't do that during the attack step, Jeremy, so you must wait till your second phase. Okay. Painter Servant in play. And name blue, because I think it's the smartest thing to do. And Urza Saga will uptick into tutor mode and seal the kill. Things are looking good. I say things are looking good. But you know what would be really good? If you subscribe on Twitch. If you do, we have extra benefits. You get put into a monthly drawing. Steven and I have to do that. We had 50 entrants for last month, and I believe, I'm trying to remember, we have like a something to give away. I think it's like $25-ish value. Not 100% sure. We had a previous month where I think we gave away collector boosters in the previous month. So we're definitely trying to get you some value. So that you get that either at the Patreon subscription level or at the $5 level. Up at the $10 level, you get added to the wheel. We haven't done that in a while because I've been prepping for a tournament, but once that tournament is over, I'm going to be doing a lot more of the wheel, and that is like our subscriber-driven content. $10 Patreon or the $10 equivalent Twitch sub gets you a spot on the wheel. We spin it up, your name comes up, and you get to help decide what we play. Larry, you get to say, hey, you guys are going to play standard. And maybe Steven and I will play it together for a little bit extra interaction there. If you're all the way up at the gold level, the $20 level, you get to not only get everything listed below, but you also get the stream takeover, where you get to literally give us a deck list. You get to say you are going to play this deck through a league, and if you want to, come join the call. Hop on with us, all of that. You can find all of that at our Linktree information, which, honestly, I'm thinking it's one thing, but I don't want to type the wrong thing, so let's bring up the commands. And the commands say... not these. Our opponent is giving us all these time. There they go. There's the MTG bot commands. The MTG bot commands I want say... yeah, it is the Linktree. I was right. I was right the first time. Okay. So, you can find our Discord. Come in there. Even if you're not subscribing or whatever, we can keep the conversation going once everything's over. You can find us on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. It's free. Come find us on Twitch. Well, hopefully you're already here and watching, but you also find us on Twitter and Facebook as well. So take advantage of that. Come follow us everywhere you can. Get all of that free value. Hop in the Discord. Come say hello. I'd love to talk to you more. Well, yeah, I would. Yeah, I'll say it. I would love to talk to you more about the benefits of swinging with an Izzet Goblin Shaman. I hope everything is okay with our opponent. Unfortunately, I have all of this combo set up for them. It's not looking good, but, well, it's not looking good for them. It's looking pretty good for us. That's why I'm taking this opportunity to expound upon all of our things. I could bring up the Patreon list real quick. That I don't want to wipe everything else away, though. When I switch between scenes, it clears out some of the other data that I have, and I'll wait for that to be our wrap-up. But my intent, after our 5 rounds today, is we'll send our raid on to someone else as best we can. Kind of keep... especially, I know that I like to play Legacy more than the other formats, despite some of the problem I'm having with Legacy right now. But, I mean, I'm looking forward to the Legacy Pit Open in a couple weeks. I'm still 100% trying to decide what I want to play. Hey, this Painter deck seems pretty freaking sweet. I'm not going to lie to you. What would I need for this? I have most of these cards. I don't have whatever this is. I don't have a Brea's Apprentice. I do not have Soken-Zan. Yeah, I should have everything else. So that's pretty cool. I do like the idea of getting an LED. And what is this? Oh, I also wrote... this looks like I wrote comma. But I definitely... I like the idea of a Cavern of Souls. Because like when they played the Chalice of the Void on me, look at all of the different goblins we have. To be able to force a Goblin Welder or a Goblin Engineer into play, even the sneakiness of a twin-shot sniper. Or is it the time that's going to come up where it's really important for me to name Scarecrow and get the Painter Servant in play? Or Human Wizard. Goblin Artificer, Human Artificer, maybe it's an Artificer combo deck. All of those are options that we have. So I definitely like the idea of a Cavern. I like the idea of an LED specifically coming off of Urza Saga. But, oh, okay. Beginning of combat step on their turn. No problem. Hope you're all right. They might be typing now that I have prompted some back and forth, but honestly, neighbor at the door, I understand that. If I had a neighbor at the door, dogs would be barking out of their minds. Speaking of dogs, my youngest, Sirius, then they started talking, blah, blah, blah. Let's put these on the stack. Let's float a colorless. Let's go get a grindstone. Let's target our opponent. And unfortunately for them, that takes all the cards out of their deck. Surgical extract my Urza Saga. You got it. Maybe they want to see my deck. Thanks, opponent. GG's. Well, I gotta say, things are going pretty well. I mean, if we hadn't lost that one game, which theoretically was my fault, theoretically, also practically my fault, that we might... So first of all, we already have the Dykeman Trophy locked up. If you are not familiar, the Dykeman Trophy is a 4-1. Beyond that, we have the potential for what we call an actual trophy, which is a 5-0. Now, I won't say anything about certain team members that maybe can't get 5-0s lately, but, you know, it would be a nice trophy, you think? I was going to say, it'd be a nice trophy to put on the wall, but then again, it's a literal trophy. So, at best, it's going to get me like a screenshot. So, based on that, so now I need to prep for the potential screenshot value. And I'm just thinking, how can I sort it best? How can I sort it best to get the best names here? Sort by rarity? Sort by... Well, that was a weird one. Mana value. Mana value seems obvious. What if we... Yeah, we can set this one up and get the trophy on this page. All that smack, we're obviously going to get dumpstered right here. Like, it's going to be like, oops, all spells, and we're just going to, like, die immediately. So, maybe don't talk as much smack. And then I say that, and we're not even going to get to play this match now. Correction, we're going to play this match. We have won the die roll. I've won the die roll, and I have... nothing. Well, I kind of don't have anything. I don't want to mulligan again. Like, I don't want to just randomly throw Grindstone out there, especially only having 2 in the list, but... They were last seen 2 days ago playing this. Well, based on this, I want to keep both Soul Guide Lantern and Pyroblast and... I don't know about Grindstone. Alright. Don't know if we can mislead them as to what we are playing, but we shall see. Now, all of that scouting and stuff is wasted if they aren't on this Jeskai deck, but They are definitely a solid player. I recognize the name. I want to say, no, I think that's Static Gripped. Who I'm thinking of, I think, is actually Static Gripped. Now, Preordain makes me think more combo deck than, say, a Ponder or a Brainstorm. Those are the normal cantrips you see. Anything beyond that, and it's normally... Alright, I'm going to try to get Welder online. And then, not that we know Soul Guide Lantern's going to be good or anything, but that's something worth coming into play back and forth. So Preordain, what did Preordain do? 1 top, 1 bottom off the Preordain, which you wouldn't do if you were missing a land. And now they're brainstorming. Okay. I won't daze. Well, I mean, so obviously we get dazed, but having picked up that land, that just gives them more cards to put away, I guess. You think Doomsday? Preordain is Doomsday? I guess that would make sense. Well, okay. I think you're 100% correct now. All right, we have lost the Soul Guide Lantern. However, can we do shenanigans with this in and out of play? That's a decent one. So I have to discard this to deal 2 damage. For purposes of the Doomsday, I want to put more damage on them. The original island, I believe, is completely gone now. Is it worth to fight these? Because they're still in setup mode, right? Let's see what the Ponder does, because they've already clearly gotten their shuffle. All right, that Ponder was a shuffle. A new Preordain. What I decided is that I want to end step channel the Sniper so that I can potentially hop it out. That was my plan. They topped the Preordain. That's unfortunate. Yep. That probably clears the Pyroblast. Yep. I'm just waiting to see the actual Doomsday. Like, I've already understood it to be Doomsday. Now, here's a tricky thing. Could I have done something if I would have left Welder open? Say they play a Lion's Eye Diamond or something, right? With Lion's Eye open, could I have messed with it more? Like, I could have messed with some of those cantrips and maybe they don't have everything they need to go for it when they do. But it feels like, okay, they have 2 cards in hand. It's not guaranteed. They're going to lose 5. They lose 5.5 life. Or I should say. So they lose 5.5. So they lose 6. They go to 5. I need... It's got to be pretty close to them not being able to have, like, what's the pay 2 life cycle card? I don't know why I'm looking over there. The room is empty. That's not... I have a picture of my dog Lily that my wife painted at a, like, drink wine and paint. And both I and the instructor both try to help fix the painting. There's a reason it's downstairs in an office instead of hung anywhere in a place of honor, but it's still my dog. I love my dog. I have 2 dogs. That's the older dog. The younger dog's birthday is today. So there is bacon lurking because on your birthday you get bacon. Now, the dogs are both super into that. I, as a human, am also into bacon. I like bacon. I think my wife likes bacon. Well, I know my wife likes bacon, but it's like, I don't know if she's like, you know what? I need bacon on my birthday. I don't know if I'm like, I need bacon on my birthday, but I probably have bacon on my birthday. If nothing else. But the dogs always get bacon on their birthday. And we take pictures of it because it's like as you're like giving them the bacon, they make like the craziest faces because you like, you know, it's like the shutter speed and stuff, and it's pretty funny. I'm trying to fill time for Doomsday if you haven't noticed. Because I don't want to concede because I don't really think I'm 100% dead. I'm probably like 84% dead, but I don't think that's enough to scoop. So, instead, we sit here for match number 5 as our opponent figures out how to properly build. You know what we could be doing? We could be spending good quality time figuring out our sideboard. So, I feel like we want Magus of the Moon. Probably Mindbreak Trap. Oh, our opponent is now ordering their pile. So, let's get a... We have a new Ponder joining the field. Okay. So what is in there? We see Ideas Unbound. We see 1 Street Wraith, 2 Street Wraiths, Edge of Autumn, Brainstorm. So they have Lion's Eye, because I see 3 Lotus Petals in the graveyard. Wouldn't they have needed Lion's Eye in play? Cycle into it. Got it. What would be tremendous would be if we were able to kill this and then they still have the 1 card in hand. That would be funny. Alright. So. I'm looking mainly at, and I'm not familiar. I am not familiar with the matchup. So, I want to look at things that will disrupt them as much as possible. And I feel like Grindstone is number 1 there, right? if I have an active grindstone, it really feels like it's going to be hard for them to build their piles. So maximizing on that. I think this is a case of, even though there are a blue-black deck, I want to keep all of the Pyroblasts. Is Magus worth it? They have so many fetch land type effects and all that stuff. Needle on cyclers, that's a good point, Romario. Magus, yeah. And what I'm thinking of coming out like Leyline, sometimes they might play a spell and then pick it up out of there, but they're not beholden to it, like say Reanimator. So I don't feel as concerned with that one. What I'm thinking is the Furies. Soul Guide Lantern for the same reason, not as impressive. Twin Shot Snipe, we never really got anything going because of the mulligan, but I don't see necessarily like Twin Shot Sniper is the thing that's going to be dealing lethal. Same story, maybe is Lightning Bolt just worse than me messing with some of these different options? Because I don't want to lose the acceleration if I'm trying to go for a quick Magus, right? But then it's, okay, well, what do you trim? I feel like Fable has the potential to be slower than I want. I still really like Fable as a card, but I'm wondering if it will be too slow when, you know, with passing the turn and stuff like that, if I can't necessarily afford it. So with everything else, if I did this, I'm giving myself counter spells. I don't want to do whatever that was. Counter spells. I'll try that. All right. Yes, I would like to play first. So, if I kept this on the basis of Saga, Ancient Tomb, building stuff up that way, I'm not going to have red until turn 3. Now, based on how this went, that might not be that big of a deal because they played a bunch of cantrips, right? If I can build, like, I feel like I could do better than this. That's the big thing, is I feel like I could do better than this. I mean, I guess. It would have been a turn 3 grindstone, and then I just need to get the other half of it. Like this feels worse. Like I was wondering if I could afford to be that slow. But it's slow. Well, no. That's what I forgot. That's what I was missing. Grindstone itself was the key there, right? That's what I was thinking is that's the problem. That's what I missed. I missed the grindstone winning the game on its own right after I talked about it. So based on that, what does this do? This has the opportunity to draw cards, but the other deck was definitely going to draw a grindstone. Or the other hand. Turn 1 Welder. Turn 2. Turn 2 what? Well. Well, crap. All right, so we are keeping this. I got to put 2 back. I think it's going to be a second Magus and probably the twin shot sniper. And then we hope... if we can manage to draw... See, the danger here is that I'll never necessarily have okay, so now I can generate a dude. Generate a dude. Upkeep. It's more pressure. I mean, they are likely to have something like Hurkyl's Recall, are they not? Yeah, just the hand that I have here compared to the other hand would have been more stable, would be approaching the same game here. You know what I mean? They might just kill me. One. So the artifact will give me 1. The grindstone gives me 2. Opal gives me 3. So with the City of Traders, okay. So the question is, will they be able to... I would just need to be able to hit them before they can... So would the other hand have been better? It still would have had a grindstone, but it wouldn't have had this potential for Magus or whatever. So let's look at the cards. Fatal Push. I see force. I see a bunch of forces. Cycle. Do they just have it here? I don't even get a turn? That sucks. It's good to know it did not matter what I did. They just had it all. Well, when they play their Thassa's Oracle. Oh, they wanted me to concede. No, thank you. No, thank you. Well, then. That was a little feisty on their part. Okay. We're still alive. Still alive. Going to game 3. Does anything change? I think the potential for Pithing Needle to turn off those cycles is definitely an interesting thing. We still have the blasts. I'm not really seeing a need for anything in the sideboard to come in. So based on that, I'm going to go ahead and submit. Now, do we think they messed the pile up, or they were hoping, I don't know, I'd fall for it or something? I'm going to keep. So here's the question. I have a new question, because they're going to know everything I've got going on. And I thought my hand was pretty freaking good. So, of that, like, Saga is an unstoppable way to go get that grindstone. So I think I want to lead with Saga. But I do like the idea of a fast Magus if I'm allowed it, but at the same time, I think it makes a little bit more sense to knowingly get the Saga going, because it's going to lead to the grindstone again. Okay, so they take Red Elemental Blast. So Saga, get it going. Hey, thank you, thank you. All right, so now this allows me to start. The bigger question, I guess, would be, I mean, do they play Hurkyl's Recall? They might play Hurkyl's Recall. They may have been... No, because it... Does Ideas Unbound make you discard them or put them back on top of your deck? Because I don't remember. So Preordain, top, bottom. Preordain, top, bottom. Crack Scalding Tarn. Dark Ritual. Doomsday. I've done all I can, Captain. Do you got me or not? Because my thought is you have to play it in a way to stack against their cycling, or, you know, make them go for it in response. You grind them. They have to stack their cards in a way to make sure you don't get the double grindstone on them, anything like that. But at the same time, they want to draw these cards in a certain order, right? So it certainly feels like this match number 5 has been a lot more action-packed. Don't you agree? All right, so they're at 17 life. They're going to pay 8.5, so they're going to pay 9 life for this, going to 8. We will make a Saga token. To the bells in the chorus. They have now exiled a bunch. And they're passing the turn. Force, force, force. Force. So all the forces are gone. Lion's Eye is gone. Lotus, Lotus, Lotus. All the Lotus petals are gone. The Lotus petals are gone, and that's a Lion's Eye diamond. And I see Force of Will, Force of Will, Force of Will. How do you beat Magus of the Moon? Lotus Petal, Lotus Petal. Lotus Petal, Lotus Petal, Lotus Petal, Lotus Petal. Lion's Eye Diamond. And a draw Pyroblast. So, I mean, they have double days. How many dazes were there? Fluster, Fluster. Daze. I mean, I just get... So hear me out. What if I got Mox Opal? And then play Great Furnace. I can play around double days. I'll pay for days number 1. They would have to have triple days. Okay. So now their hand is 3 cards. I don't think they have enough turns to get all the blue mana back. Because I'm going to play another Magus. I play this. I play that. I play this. It's 4. So I know 2 of the cards in their hand. I play this. It goes to 4. I play this. It goes to 5. And then I just attack. The only thing I worry about is if they have another removal spell. I don't want to go all in on Painter. I kind of want to play another Magus. Because Magus definitely turns off their land. What I was worried about was Fatal Push. Fatal Push maybe messing with us. Well, no, I don't want to give them... I didn't want to give them extra counters because I thought there was a potential that they had the Force of Negation for me. But how about that? We got ourselves a trophy. I want to say a big thank you to Callum for, I don't know, making this deck so that I could blatantly steal it and then get a trophy with it. Yeah, I mean, it's about time somebody got a 5-0. I mean, there have been a major lack of 5-0s recently from what I'm seeing. So, glad that I can help contribute to our team. But did I cut that off at the bottom? No, it's so good. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I really do appreciate everyone that hung out with us today. Thank you for all the new chatters. Thank you for all the new followers that we had today. If you're not already following the channel, please go ahead and do so. You tried the one with the 2 Karns. See, I really do like Karn, and I wasn't too sure about playing this version of it, but, I mean, even a monkey can 5-0, right? Is that the power of the Simian Spirit Guides? I mean, I thought were definitely important. But yeah, big shout out to Callum. I want to say thanks to the patrons we have. You can follow us at, patreon.com/theswishgaming. Silver level Casey, bronze level Zach B and Nick O, and all of our other Alec, Kwang, James, Jacob, Holden, Sean, Charles, Alex, Nicholas, Singularity Games, Kurt, and Josh. A big thanks to your support, and the support on Patreon unlocks our various decks and articles and extra content we have over there for you. What I want to do is find you a Legacy channel that I can send you to. So let's bring that up real quick. Look who is streaming Legacy for us today. Come on. Okay. In Legacy, I have the Will Hall Experience, Runkor, and me. Oh yeah, well, I'm playing Legacy. That's true. So one of it is the Legacy Pro Tour coverage that if you follow that, he's doing replaying old Pro Tours. But I think what we're going to do, we're going to send you to Runkor. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. I really do. See you next time.